Every light source has a specific color temperature. Lights vary from orange tones to blue ones. We measure the color temperature of a light source in kelvins. This is Laëtitia, and today I'm here with Maud and Payam to talk about color temperature and white balance. Candles have a color temperature of around 1900 kelvins, while apartment light bulbs are around 3000 kelvins. These two light sources are on the lower end of the Kelvin scale and look orange. Daylight at midday is at around 5600 K and it appears white. Depending on the time of the day, daylight changes color temperature. During the golden hours, it will be slightly more orange. During blue hour, it will be cooler. Weather conditions also affect color temperature, so be careful when you shoot outside. A cloudy sky can have as high a color temperature as 10,000 kelvins. The colder color temperatures, with lower kelvins, around 3000 kelvins, have warmer shades of light. The hotter color temperatures, with higher kelvins, 6000 K and higher, have cooler shades of light. Those terms can be counterintuitive, so be careful when you use them. Now that we understand color temperature, what is white balance? It's simply telling the camera what color temperature you want to see as white. Our eyes can't see certain sources as white. Flames, for example, will always appear yellow and orange. A camera's white balance is only limited by its setting and can see any color temperature as white. Once you've chosen the value for the white balance, any shade above that setting will be seen as cool, and any shade below it will be warm. Let's take a look at this candle, for example. Its color temperature is at around 1900 K, but my camera's white balance setting is 5600 K. Since 1900 K is below the white balance setting, the candle has a warm shade. Now, at 1900 kelvins, the white balance is set for the value of the candle and appears white. You get the idea. If you make the white balance lower, the candle will appear cooler. And if we change it for a much higher setting, it will be much more orange. Playing around with white balance can be very useful for you if you want to create a peculiar ambience or feeling to a scene. It can also be useful if you are limited in your choice of light sources. What if you have lights that only lit up at 5600 K, but you want to give a warm look to the scene? Change the white balance to 6000 kelvins or above, and your scene will now be lit by warm light. If you're working with light sources that have different color temperatures, it's up to you to decide the white balance, what will look better for the project you're shooting. Still, be careful. If you shoot something set in reality, changing the white balance for a light will also change the shade of windows or light-colored objects in the shot. Here, we change the white balance to 2500 K. The window now looks very blue, which isn't realistic, and your spectator will feel there's something wrong with the image. It's important to keep that in mind when you decide the white balance. Changing the camera's white balance is not the only way to control color temperature. On some LED projectors, like our Lightstorm 300X, you can choose the color temperature setting when you light them up. If your light source has a fixed color temperature, you can add color filters or lighting gels over them to change their color. Here, we use CTB, color temperature blue, to give a cooler shade to the light. For a warmer shade, you can use CTO, color temperature orange. You should now be able to manipulate white balance at will. If there is another topic you want us to talk about, leave us a comment in the section below the video.